Well, thank you for joining Whiny Women. Today I have my whiny friend, Shelby, and she will explain more about herself in a second. But first, wine. So today we are drinking the Black Stump, and it's an Australian wine, red blend, and it is delicious. So let's go ahead and try that to begin with.
Definitely smells like blueberries.
Yeah. I think it tastes a lot like blackberries. So
that's what it is. Blackberries.
Yeah, so good. So
it is tasty.
So this is my friend Shelby. So if you could talk about yourself for a minute.
Oh, so I'm from Michigan and moved out here to Vegas a year and a half ago. I have a degree in finance, which is my super passion. And my other two passions are yoga and jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So those
well-rounded girl.
My three main things that I care about.
Okay. So you moved out here from Michigan pre-pandemic. Tell me a little bit about that. Moving out of here from the Midwest. We moved out here from Indiana, so it can be a bit of a shock if you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I had visited Vegas, of course, beforehand, and kind of decided to move within like a month's time. Packed up all my things, got rid of my condo, quit my job, and moved out here. And I really loved it. Like, it was a bit much adjusting.
Yeah. What was the hardest part?
Making friends in a new place at this age.
How old are you?
24.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well...
So being a young female, that's hard making friends in their 20s.
Maybe I'm just not that experienced at it because I always grew up with friends, and at school it's easy to make friends. You have everyone that you already share something in common with.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah, that something I didn't expect was my hair and my skin. They changed completely. It took like 6 months to adjust. Like, my hair and my face were mad at me for months. This
place sucks the water out of you.
I had to like revamp my whole routines on both ends. So but we got it under control now.
Yeah, it was hard for us to adjust to drinking more water, or you will get like massive headaches here. So you are super into finance. So this is something that makes me uncomfortable because I know nothing about like finance and the field you're in. So if you could just describe like how you got into that and what makes you love numbers.
So I, for some reason, just naturally good at math. I think growing up, my grandmother actually helped me out with school a lot, and she was an accountant, so she probably pushed the math a little harder than the others. And I always just had a really easy time in school in that area. And then when I went to college, I was actually a bio major at first.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking about doing dental and oral surgery. Not totally sure why, but after I realized bio is not my favorite thing in the whole world, I switched to business, and then the most obvious thing was finance, since I do love math.
Okay.
So that's how I got into it, and it's just been evolving quickly ever since then. Yeah.
So the only part of the human body that I really love is like the human brain. And my first time taking biology in college, I failed miserably. Like, it was so hard. Like, down to a cellular level, it's so hard.
I did really bad too. I don't think I failed, but not my usual A, B.
So you're super into numbers. So, and I know you've talked a little bit about investing with me, which, I mean, you haven't really like talked about it in depth or anything. Right. So talk about how you would go into that, or like, it seems like to me, like from a worldview, that's like the world of men. So I think it's really interesting that you always talk about that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. So
tell me more.
A lot of questions I get are about Robinhood. First of all, it's a trading platform. You can like have it on your phone, and I actually do recommend that for beginners because it's really easy to look at, good user interface, and it just helps you ease your way into the finance world. You can search your favorite brand, something you think that will do good, like a long term or even a short term, and read up on its different fundamentals and look at their charts. And if you feel like it, you can buy just like a share or even a fraction of a share just to like start out and like just track it every week or month and see how it does.
So a question I would have, I think, if I were to start investing, what would be, how do you know? Because I mean, just because you like, you know, I don't know, Mac products doesn't mean that eyeshadow sells well. So how would you?
Correct. So that's kind of something that comes with experience, and it's also different for everyone. So everyone has different investment goals, like depending on where you're at in your life or how risk tolerant you are. So it depends on a few different things.
So why do you think that this field is like a field of men? Why do you think that is?
That's
is it because like men are more geared towards numbers, or it's just like something that they're coached into more than women?
Maybe it's less of a feminine thing to do, whereas like maybe nursing or
psychology. Yeah,
psychology are like more something obvious for women.
So in investing, do you meet a lot of women who also do trading and stuff?
More so men, but there are a good amount of women. In college, there was a ton of girls that I was friends with that were in all my classes, so that was like really fun to have other girls to share that love with. So my whole family is a family of numbers people. My mom's an accountant, my aunt's an accountant, my sister's an accountant, my younger sister's in finance. And so I was the only one, I was like the black sheep to go into like a human services field of psychology. So I know that my mom would probably love you. I wish that she was here to like talk to you. She's always talking to me. She's always talking to me about like numbers and stuff. But, regarding investing, can you give anybody out there interested just 3 to 5 like tips in beginners? So something that I would suggest the most would be a dollar cost averaging.
Meaning?
So that would be setting aside a certain amount of money to invest, like either weekly or monthly, and whatever is comfortable for you. So like say just like $25 a week put into an investment account, and then keep adding on. So you can put that into many different things, index funds or actually trade stocks or even crypto. But that's the best way to ease your way into it, because a lot of people feel like they have to like put in a ton of money to get their account started. So that's my biggest one. And then I think, like I said, Robinhood's a great way to get started. It's like super user friendly, not as intimidating as the other platforms. And just education. I would definitely recommend understanding the investments you're getting yourself into, even if it's just like basic, like Google, like what is a stock? How do stocks make money? Like just these like simple questions. Like just have like a base understanding before you get yourself into something.
I feel a lot of like regarding stock markets, there's just a lot of basics that the majority of people just don't understand. I feel like even with like just some recent cultural shift that's happened, you know, people are talking about how when the market crashes, like everybody loses money, and like you only really lose money if you pull out your investments.
So there's a lot of misconceptions, and a lot of people don't have that base knowledge when it's so easy to obtain too. It's just like the Googleable questions.
So tell us a little bit, just a tiny bit about Bitcoin and what is it and why it exists.
So Bitcoin is a form of digital currency that I'm a huge fan. I think it's moving towards the right direction of decentralized and less controlled by big corporations or government.
Okay. I like that.
So that's one. I would definitely recommend reading the white papers, Bitcoin white papers. It's the basis of why it was brought into the world and how it works. So
you moved here from the Midwest, and now you are here and you have, she does like karate and stuff. It's pretty cool. So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about moving out here, like how to keep your head on straight when you're out here? Because you can get crazy, you can get lost relatively easy.
Yeah, one of the biggest things was not getting involved in nightlife.
Yeah.
Yeah, who I was dating at the time, like, just ingrained that into my head. And I'm thankful that he did, because I see where it can lead to. And I moved out here more so to live a more healthy life away from, like, any negative influences. So that would have been a very bad idea to get into.
Yeah.
Had I pursued it.
Well, there you go. Shelby and why to move to Vegas. So see you next time here in Whiny Women.